and welcome to Culture on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober. Thank you for joining me. Today on our program, we'll host the directors of a new Israeli science fiction comedy. We'll hear how music therapy is used to help the disabled. And take a look at The Onion's parody of Vice. OMG, I'm a Robot is a new Israeli science fiction comedy about a sensitive young man who discovers, as the title suggests, that he is in fact a robot. This leads him to all sorts of hilarious adventures, and with me in the studio are the film's writers and directors Tal Goldberg and Gal Zelezniak. Thank you both for coming in, Tal and Gal.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So, really, another science fiction comedy in Israel? Come on,
Yeah,
really?
too many of those.
Yeah, we heard it's very successful, so we decided to ride the
wave.
Can't go wrong with this. No, all right. So seriously, I mean, you've decided to do something that's pretty unheard of in the Israeli film industry, and that's a science fiction comedy. And this is, to add insult to injury, is your first feature. Were you at all worried going into this?
No, nothing. We're fine, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, you know.
Still in therapy, over.
Still in therapy, yes. You know, going into a first feature film is always a very hard thing to do, but especially when it's such high budget and interesting for us, and such a personal project.
We said to ourselves, if we're going to make a feature film, we should, at least do the thing that we're dreaming about doing, not something that we'll regret later, because, who knows if we'll have another one. Now I'm pretty sure we'll have, but at that time I was like, okay, let's just make a feature film. It might be our first and our last, but let's go for it and do the thing that we love most. And
right. Was it always a dream of yours to make something like this?
We know each other since we were 16.
Yeah.
From high school, we did film, cinema together forever.
Forever, yeah.
We studied in the...
At least it feels like forever.
Yeah.
What are your influences? What were you watching that you said, we want to do something like this?
We wanted to make something that is similar to the feature films we saw as kids or as teenagers, and we loved like Back to the Future, or
Yeah, actually, E.T.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything that the film that are fun and they're funny, but they still have a heart and special effects, which is fun.
A lot of fun. Now, do you think Israeli audiences are finally ready to react to these kind of films?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's be completely honest. They have been reacting to them for years from American films.
Right.
I mean, Back to the Future was a huge success in Israel, and so did a lot of movies of that genre.
Yeah.
The only thing we did it in Israel, in Hebrew,
right.
and with Israeli themes.
Such as this.
Right? Yeah.
Such as a Jewish little R2-D2 over here.
Yeah, we'll get to him in a little bit. We're seeing more and more genre films, local genre films in recent years. Why do you think it's finally happening? Did you give it any thought?
Because it's time. It's, a lot of them are people we studied with and we've known for a very long time. We always call ourselves the generation that's going to ruin the Israeli cinema.
Yes.
Because, Israeli film has always been about very hard things, about things that were very...
The occupation.
The occupation and
wars.
Religion, wars,
dramas.
Drama, yeah, exactly. And we wanted to make, as I said, something new and
something a little different.
Yeah. Something that the audience can relate to.
You did manage to get some big names into the film. Tzachi Grad, Dror Keren, some very familiar actors. Getting them to make it, was it a tough sell, or were they just waiting for someone to do something different,
In general, everybody who read the script were excited about it. But most of them asked the same question, which is, can you do this? And for example, with Tzachi Grad, we set in a tiny bar at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
with some vodka.
That always helps.
And we had to convince him. We showed him some stuff that we did before. We showed him our plans, how we intend to do each and every effect, visual effect. We need to convince the actors, you know, to...
And you don't think
jump in?
You haven't heard from anyone that they regret it just yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet, not yet. They were very happy. They actually really loved the
Really
movie.
loved it.
Now, you even have some international names. You mentioned the Jewish R2D2, which is the actor behind that magnificent role is actually Rob Schneider, we should say, right? That's an amazing achievement.
There is an amazing achievement that we, you know, I told Gal and our producer, Amir Manor, which is also, by the way, an amazing producer. It's a story. Anyway, I told him that I'm gonna get Rob Schneider to our film, and they both laughed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I said, "Yeah, okay, good luck with that." And for a while, it seems like it's not gonna work, but eventually, I turned to. Ido Mosseri
acted with him in the Zohan,
in the Zohan, and he gave us his email with his blessing, you know, and I asked him, I wrote to Rob Schneider, "Hello, please, we adore you, please dub our little tiny Jewish robot." And amazingly,
well, you can't say no to that, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you did put the leading role in the hands of less experienced actor, but he did a wonderful job. Yotam Ishai, right?
Yeah, Yotam Ishai. I can't say he's less experienced. He's less known. He's been working for years. He's an extremely talented person. We knew him for many years, but we still auditioned many famous actors for the role, and we auditioned him as well. We said, "Listen, we want you to come and do an audition for us." And he nailed it better than anyone else. What can I say? And when you have something right, you know, you say, we have enough celebrities.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a secret, though.
Shoot.
We wrote the script for him. But we didn't want to let him, you know...
but he still auditioned.
Exactly. And we were thinking about it, and then, but he nailed it. And we decided, if we have so many A-list actors, why not put one anonymous one, you know, which is...
That you believe in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It seems like the result... suggests that you did the wise thing.
Thank you.
One last thing, you know, you worked on it for a long time. That's understandable with an independent film on the one hand, so many special effects on the other hand. How do you maintain, you know, the level of energy that is required to make a film? And we all know that's a very high level of energy for so long. 4 years, am I right?
Yeah, 4
How do you
years.
maintain the energy?
Coffee, lots of coffee. And,
And a little something extra in the coffee.
Yeah, listen, it's just like any other thing, you know. Cinema is just like any other project you do. You know, making a business takes just as long, and it's just as hard to maintain the energy. Thank God we have enough people around us to push us, our families, our friends, our producer, Amir, and of course, the people who made the movie, you know. When Dror Keren and Tzachi, you know, text me, "Hey, what's going on with the movie? I really want to see it. You know, I know I can't fail them. I have to finish this."
Right, for them, yeah. Well, congratulations, Gal and Tal, and once again, thanks for coming in, and best of luck with the film.
Thank you very much.
Moving on now. The therapeutic virtues of music have been known for a long, long time, but in a center for the physically disabled in the north of Israel, musical therapy has taken another step forward with the help of high-tech equipment. Practically anyone can make music and improve their quality of life. David Gombin and Nasib Safadi have more.
Here we are at the Grabsky Rehabilitation Center in northern Israel, a center for people who suffer from disabilities. The institution has 70 residents, all who suffer from disabilities to different degrees. A few months ago, a new project came into their daily lives, an entire room dedicated to music, completely adapted to their needs.
מאז שיש את החדר הזה, Since they opened this room, I don't think at all about my disease, because I'm busy with so many things.
Muscle diseases, multiple sclerosis. These people are mostly suffering from degenerative diseases. A music room to improve the lives of patients, no doubt it's a great idea. But could they also become musicians despite their disabilities? This is precisely the question we asked the director of this center.
Music is a universal language, and there is no reason for disabled people not to enjoy it, as much in terms of experience as on the therapeutic level.
Oh yeah! Music could improve the quality of life of its residents. The only problem is the lack of technical and also musical knowledge. Kovi Wiesel did not know where to start. He then appealed to Dor, a young CEO of a highly specialized startup that for almost 10 years has been interested in the relationship between music and therapy. Creating a music room suitable for each patient, he immediately took the project to heart by volunteering for this dream to take shape.
Oded's extremities still work, so he can use the Kinect. But his friend Amos's hand has not been working for 6 months, and he is left with the finger. So we developed a sensor that is adapted to the finger.
In addition to brightening the lives of the users, the music room also replaced the long and tedious physiotherapy sessions.
Some of these patients are sure that from here they go eat, they go to sleep. They go eat, they go to sleep. This place gave them a place, they gave them a home. They come here, they put their hopes, they put their dreams in here. They are musicians. They are superstars in this room right here.
At the present moment, this room is not quite therapeutic. We did a lot and we have much to do, but the potential is enormous.
The next step will be combining video with sound experience. Meanwhile, Kovi, Ethan, Dora, and the others will continue to bring happiness and smiles to the residents of the center.
Yeah.
In a moment, we'll see how fake news site The Onion takes on the hyped news site Vice. But first, here's our cultural recommendation for today.
The National Museum of Fine Arts of Havana presents the hyper-realistic landscape paintings of Tomás Sánchez, one of the most influential and widely celebrated Cuban painters, best recognized for his extraordinary, detailed, breathtaking landscapes of lush, pristine vegetation, usually empty of human presence. His paintings of majestic landfills also possess a certain meditative and sometimes eerie quality. The artist currently lives and works between Miami and Costa Rica, but Cuba remains his main source of inspiration.
And now Shai Ringel is joining me in the studio. Hi, Shai.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine. Let's talk about The Onion, because The Onion is doing some
funny stuff.
Funny stuff, and now they are taking over after Vice, which is a goddamn time. Let's watch the video.
It's hard for us to imagine what life is like in the Israeli-occupied territories, your whole world under the complete control of a hostile neighboring state. So we sent Nick Moss to the West Bank for a first-hand look at just how difficult it is for everyday Palestinians in this hopeless situation to score drugs.
We just passed from Jerusalem into the West Bank, and you can see all around me what it's like here. People living under desperate conditions, completely cut off from coke, tranquilizers, even weed. You can tell no one here's high. It sucks.
It's funny though. I think that it's not factually accurate. But
no, it's not factually accurate. It's not even shot here in Israel or in Palestine.
Of course.
But it's very funny, and the name of the new program is Edge. This is just the first episode. They already opened a Twitter account that his description is, we're going to throw acid on the face of truth. Yeah, and I love this
and
idea.
they'll live up to it, probably.
Yeah. And Hipster News finally getting the parody they deserve. Vice hasn't yet comment on the thing, but I'm sure they're going to. Vice has a new channel they launched last week called Broadly for Women. So they have
Everybody's
their own,
still working. There's a lot to laugh about. And
Yeah.
the Onion are doing a great job. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching at home. We'll be here, of course, tomorrow as well. You're all welcome to join us. And until then, check out our website, i24news.tv. Bye-bye.